Today, though, I'm focused on the health and well-being and the ability for the entrepreneur to slow down in order to speed up their success. So it's really all about your mental and physical well-being while you run a successful business. So I'm wondering here, like, when was the last time that you felt really present in your business decisions rather than racing from one task to the next? I just want you to reflect on it. You don't have to answer me. I just want you to see where you're at right now. And how many times this week did you sacrifice your well-being, like missing meals or staying up too late or rushing around or, all kinds of conflicting things with your dynamics at home, with your relationships and your business in the pursuit of getting more done? And then also, what would your business look like, though, if you could achieve more by doing less? So these are the things I just want you to ponder as we move into the presentation. What I'm presenting today is something that I've coined as ZenPreneur. So as you know, the word Zen, you can see that garden and that peaceful being, and preneur is all about the entrepreneur. I'm also going to mention very quickly at the end about shape-shifting mastery, and that's a conversation that I would have personally with anyone that might be interested. So the Zen entrepreneur is about cultivating mindfulness for success. What we want to do is to embrace the mindfulness in our working day. We want to learn the tools for cultivating mindful habits. When something becomes a habit, that's when it's very, very powerful, because then you're on autopilot. And then we want to navigate your business gracefully by slowing down in order to speed up your success. I don't know if anyone here ever dabbled in essentialism as well. That's really powerful as well. Stripping away all the stuff that makes you busy and allowing you to really zone in on the places that enrich you. So we explored the be, do, and have philosophy for overall well-being and apply all of these principles in our business. So then we're going to promote sustainable growth and fulfillment in this. And that begins your journey, merging entrepreneurship with inner peace. So when we embrace this be, do, have philosophy, it highlights the state of being and that influences and preludes your actions and your positions by cultivating inner qualities like gratitude and resilience. That's your be. Like, we're not human doings, we're human beings. And that's what I want us all to reflect on when we are going about our business and our day. So individuals can take proactive actions. That's the part that we need to do once we find that being that then aligns our values, and that leads to improved mental and physical and emotional well-being, as well as greater fulfillment and life satisfaction. So a couple things that I would like to help you maneuver. I love when we do a workshop and we have little things that we can do. Now, I'm not saying that some of you don't do this already, but a lot of times we just need a reminder if we haven't become habitual with it. So things like breath awareness. Our breath is right now. It's not before you got on this webinar. It's not when you're leaving. It is literally happening as we're speaking. And so when you refocus and redirect focus to your breath, whenever your mind is wandering, then it brings you back into that present moment. Very, very powerful. And then we also have this mindful body scan. My mom used to do this for me a lot when I was a child, when I was too hyper and I couldn't get to sleep. And this just started to calm my system. But you would go from the top of your head downward, focusing on each body part and just noticing the sensations. You're doing this without judgment. You're honoring, you're noticing, you're communicating, you're listening. And at that point, as you're observing these sensations, you can also release some of the tensions that you might be holding through your breath. And then we have slow, deliberate steps. A lot of times, and like this goes for stepping, it goes for moving, it goes for driving, even. If we could cultivate a little more mindfulness in these movements, it would become much more present. I know that sometimes I would drive somewhere and I'd get there and I'd think, how did I get here? Like as in, it was like autopilot. You just went. Same thing with eating lunch. You eat your lunch and you didn't even taste your food. You're not even sure if you ate it. Did you drop it somewhere? Did you leave it around the corner? These are the things that when you become more mindful, all of a sudden you are tasting food, you're appreciating food, the taste, what went in to bring it to your plate even. Same thing with your steps and your movement. So all of these things, bringing that into your workday, even putting a little reminder on would be really assistive. And this brings us to a place of gratitude. So gratitude really does change everything. And when we reflect on gratitude, it's not just you sitting there with a pad and going, what am I grateful for today? Okay, my phone, my this, like, and looking around. You want to actually like cultivate a feeling in that gratitude. So like I brought to the awareness, I was doing a talk for CIBC one day and we were doing it near Women's Day and I brought them thank you cards. And I said, think about a woman in your life that really was impactful to you and made a difference, and write them a thank you, especially if they are still here with us. And at that moment, you could see people changing into that space of feeling rather than just thinking. And then we have things like deep listening. So, deep listening is, take some headphones on and just listen to a piece of music and listen to the different nuances and the layers of that sound. And also let go of any thoughts or judgments. It's not, do I like this music or that type of thing. It's just about taking into consideration all that's going into the layers of that. And then when we set intentions with that, we can clarify different things. We can reflect when we're setting intentions on a meeting that we might have, or the intention that we have for the day. What maybe 2 or 3 things are we going to accomplish? We really clarify these things for the way we maneuver through our days. And you want to consider what you hope to accomplish and how you want to show up. Well as setting clear intentions can guide your actions with purpose. So this next one is fun. This is, all of us in the room are very fortunate. We do have our 5 senses for the most part that I know of. So we want to immerse in this. Now, this is really great if you're ever in high overwhelm or stress. This will really downregulate your central nervous system. So what you do for this is you will look around and you'll notice 5 things that you can see, and then 4 things that you could touch, and 3 things that you can hear, and 2 things that you can smell, 1 thing that you could taste. And as you move through those senses, the practice helps you anchor into that present moment. And it also can be particularly useful during your really high stress moments. And then we've got time boxing. So this helps a lot, the time bound focus with, I don't know why this bounced ahead, but if you've ever allowed yourself to have chunks of time to really focus on things, I think that sometimes, especially women, we think we're the greatest multitaskers. But the truth be known is that anything in business needs you to have 100% focus on that one thing to really move it ahead well. So uninterrupted for 25 to 45 minutes. Make sure that you really have that blocked off so that you don't have any distractions and that you're able to maneuver into that exact thing that you're working on for those moments. And you'll notice that if you do that, then you're going to really move leaps and bounds with that project and whatever you're working on at that time. Also, if someone interrupts you, unfortunately, it takes almost 20 minutes to get back into the flow that you were in. So really try to limit the interruptions. And then mindful creativity, a lot of times we miss this part unless we are in the creative field, which is lucky. But we've got a left and right brain of our hemispheres of our brain, and they focus in on different things. And a lot of times we're in one side of our brain and not in the other. The creativity allows to bring that out, and it helps us to focus on that process and different outcomes. And it encourages a free flowing of ideas. The nature connection. When we connect with nature, we rejuvenate our mind and our spirit. Things like walking in parks and forests or gardens and gardening, getting our hands in there. One of my favorite biohacking principles is grounding. Our bodies are literally energy. Only 2% of us is mass. The rest of us is electrical and light. And a lot of us don't understand that. But if your foot or your body is not grounding down with the earth, there's no way for you to discharge that energetic field. And a lot of us are in our shoes, we're in the buildings, we're concrete, we are not grounding with the earth. So it's very, very important to get out there and get grounded. And then as we're here, we all are in this mindset. I know this is the crowd that Tammy attracts, is all about authentic connection and mindful networking. So we want to come into a group not with what we have, but who we are, and listen actively and ask open-ended questions and understand and experiences. I could know like 20 realtors, but if I know who you are and how you help people and your compassion, that'll make me much um, more connected in the referral that I would love to make for people. And I just take that as an example. So you want to show empathy and compassion and grasp the needs and aspirations of your new tax. Mindful networking fosters your trust and your rapport and your collaboration. And then all of this is beautifully integrated in when you do journaling. And I mean journaling with a pen and a paper. There's a big connection in our brain in, and hopefully you know how to write cursive too, because cursive is also a part of it. I know that my daughter for the long, like they said to sign something. This was years back, and she was like, "I'm not sure." Like, do you know, like because they're typing so much, and they're not learning cursive. It was bizarre. But written introspection, so dedicated time to journaling and processes, writing freely about your successes, your challenges, and your insights and using prompts like, what did I learn today? Or what am I grateful for? All of these things are helpful for the guidance. Now, all of this I've placed not only this, but so many really great deep practices that bring together a flow for your business. And I am offering a 3-hour business breakthrough, and it will be held on Wednesday, May 28th from 2 till 5. And you have the option, it's hybrid actually. So you have the option of doing it online, or you could come in person to Burlington. I'm going to be hosting it at B Yoga at the same time that I'm recording it. And I have a big screen for the people that are on at home. And this one is perfect for the driven entrepreneur that are ready for mindful success. I will be, it is to help you stop sacrificing your well-being for success and to start experiencing both at the same time. And we are going to master the Zen zone. We're going to learn how to access peak performance state in just 90 seconds. You're going to unlock the entrepreneur's energy code. balance high achievement with inner peace. We transform your to-do list chaos into strategic success map. We discover the 3-step mindful decision-making framework, as well as a take-home customized calm amidst the storm action plan. So this one normally I would do for $297, and I'm offering for our group $57 for the 3 hours. Now, this, I just want to bounce into this very quickly. And this is just so that if you know of anyone and you want to send them my way, I would have a free consult. It's for anyone that's feeling, this is a totally pivot. Okay. This is another part of my place. I have a homeopathic drop that helps people rapidly release fat, but it leaves their muscle alone and it resets their hypothalamus. So if you're exhausted, nothing working for you, fatigued, frustrated, confused, and sluggish, then the Shape-Shifting Mastery is that program. This is Ryan this is a 30-day protocol that he was on. He released 38 pounds, stopped snoring, and had a massive change in his psyche. Everything changed for Ryan. And I have had 100% success with this program. So I'm very happy to book a strategy call for anyone that might have need for that.